everyone, what's going on? It's Sammy, your Shadow Alchemy Guide. For those of you that don't know me, I am Sammy, as I said, your Shadow Alchemy Guide. Which, yeah, you probably don't know what that is either, right? So I am a coach, a healer, I do NLP, I do hypnosis, I do Reiki, I do lots of things. But it's all been built from my healing journey, and that's why I do this. My life used to be complete chaos. I was a disaster. I was a big old mess. But what I learned was that wasn't who I was. It wasn't my identity. It was my survival patterns. And I was eventually able to completely shift that, change my entire life. I live in a way different reality now. I've changed diagnoses that I have. Like, I used to take 10 different prescriptions every single morning and then still have to take pills throughout the day. Now I take no prescriptions, and I literally don't have the same problems that I used to. So, yeah, I've changed everything, and I completely believe that that is possible for everyone, that you can heal. No matter what you've been through, you can get out of survival and you can start living a life that you want to live, that you're happy to live, that you want to wake up to, that you're not dreading. And yeah, that's what we're today is kind of like random. If anybody hops on and wants to talk about something specific, wants some coaching around something, I'm down. Otherwise, I'm just going with what comes, and y'all are going to get the messages as they come. I don't know. Just felt like being all me today, which is like flow and alignment and blunt and just here and bam. Hey, what's up, everyone? So, yeah, let's have some fun. Let's get real. It may not be fun for some of these parts, if I'm going to be really honest with you, because sometimes the shit gets deep and dark and you may not want to talk about it. But when you go there, it stops being an issue. That's the crazy thing. And that's the first thing I want to talk about today is healing. So many people I see online try to make healing look like this, all positive vibes, love and light, happy all the time, wonderful life, everything's wonderful, everything's perfect. It's not that, guys. That's not real. That's not it. I mean, honestly, even if you had that, would it really be that wonderful? Because it would get old eventually, and it would just be like the everyday thing, so it wouldn't be that great anymore. So yeah, what we want isn't some perfect life. We want to actually be able to handle when the hard shit comes up, because life's life. Shit's gonna come up. Shit's gonna happen. We're going to have hard times. We're going to have people trigger us. We're going to get emotional sometimes. We're going to go through shit. We're going to have situations. That's inevitable. It's just a part of living. But that's okay. Because all of those things that might not feel so great at first, they're also major opportunities. I'm probably going to have to let the kitty cat out. Even though I tried to let her out. Like, I stood there for like a minute, being like, Oris, do you want out? Because I know you're going to just start meowing once I go live. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I completely lost my train of thought. Ooh, squirrel. Yeah, so, yeah, the whole perfect thing, it doesn't happen. What we want is to be able to stay present in the hard moments. To not let those hard moments drag us down and leave us trapped in this horrible negative place for days, weeks, months, years at a time. And that's the thing. You can get to a place where when those hard things happen, You don't spiral. You don't freak out. You're able to respond in a way you're proud of. You are able to see that that doesn't have to be something negative. That can actually be an opportunity for you to grow. It can be an opportunity for you to get closer to the life that you've been dreaming about. It can be an opportunity for you to expand your capacity. Because here's the thing that I see all the time, and this is kind of like going into a little bit of another subject for a minute, but we're going to go there for a second. The thing I see all the time is, people wanting to manifest, right? Because who doesn't want more, right? Like, life's hard on a lot of people right now. A lot of people are struggling. Like, we want more, whether it's just more ease, being able to pay your bills, being able to go on vacation. We want more. Everybody's trying to manifest more. And what I see over and over again is they're like, it's not working. I'm doing the affirmations. I made the vision board. What is going on? I'm spending 30 minutes doing my meditations every morning. I'm standing in the mirror saying all these amazing affirmations to myself, and it's still not happening. What's going on? And this is the thing. Especially when you've experienced trauma, when you've been living in survival mode, when you've had hard moments in life, you have to build the safety and the capacity to actually hold those things. Otherwise, all the manifestation work in the world isn't going to matter. And it's annoying. Don't get me wrong, but that's the reality of it. So every opportunity, every situation, every bad thing that happens, every hard thing that we go through, when you can shift the way you look at that and be like, this is just an opportunity for me to build the capacity to hold the life that I want to have, then it's okay. Then it's not, oh my God, I have to go through this horrible, horrible thing. Then it's, okay, I'm going to go through this thing. It's a little bit hard, but by going through this thing, I'm going to get a step closer to the life I want to have, to the reality that I want to be living in. Because you're building your capacity. You're teaching yourself that this is actually safe. And that's how we manifest. That's how we heal. Because you can know all of the things, be taking all of the actions, using all of the tools all day long. But if you haven't built the safety and the capacity yet, then it doesn't really do much. I mean, you might even initially be able to manifest the things you want. Or see a little bit of healing for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, something happens. An unexpected bill comes, or you somehow spend it all, or you made a dumb decision with it, or you end up reacting because something happened. That's because you didn't build the safety and the capacity first. That's what it really takes, really, for anything in life. When we're talking about healing, when we're talking about manifesting, when we're talking about shifting our identity and having the things we want, all of it takes safety and capacity. It takes consistently showing up and showing yourself that this version of you is here, that this version of you exists, that this option is possible. So many of you have been living in survival responses for 10, 20, 30 plus years, right? You built those responses up since childhood. These patterns, these ideas of the way reality works, these stories that you tell yourself. You've been building these things up since you were a child. Good, bad, in between, doesn't matter. All of it. You've been following that for years and years and years. Everything isn't going to just magically change overnight because you're aware of something now. That's why I always talk about, like, awareness is so important, definitely, because, like, if you don't know what's wrong, you can't work on it, right? Or I wouldn't even say wrong, because I was, like, thinking of an analogy there where, like, if you don't know what's wrong with your car and, like, you try to fix it, you're not really going to get anywhere. You're going to just end up fixing a bunch of things. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so awareness is important, but once you have that awareness, you have to take it a step further than that. We can know all day long, like, I sabotage myself. This is what I do. Yeah, I'm a sabotager. But that doesn't change the fact that you're going to go out and you're going to do it again. Not until you've started working on the safety and the capacity. Because that's where change actually happens. And there's a few different ways we can do this. Because, when we've been in survival responses for years and years and years, you're like, okay, you're telling me that I need to consistently show up differently, but I can't show up differently. Like, how do you expect me to do this? Right? It's not as simple as it sounds sometimes. But there's a way around that. I'm going to tell you what that is. So what I like to do with my clients is this exercise, and it's really great in more than one way. There's so much science behind it. It's so amazing. But this is an exercise you can use, whether it's manifesting, whether it's working on your healing and getting out of survival responses and patterns, or whatever, really, with anything. So what you're going to do is, when you're calm, when you're in a good place, you're going to take a moment, nothing crazy traumatic, just a moment like a conversation you wish would have gone differently, or maybe you got in an argument that you wish you wouldn't have yelled because you really could have kept it toned down a level, but you're going to bring that up and you're going to visualize that in your mind, and then what you're going to do is start focusing on your breathing and make your exhales longer than your inhales. And then just notice what sensations you're feeling in your body. This is an important part of it, because the reason a lot of people can't stop their patterns, their reactions, is because they're not catching it soon enough. When you start noticing that feeling that you get in your body, you can catch them earlier and be able to stop them more often. So that's an important part of that, but that's not the main point of why I'm telling you this. So notice what you feel in your body, but then I want you to just focus on the situation, whatever it is. And I want you to tell yourself, I'm safe. I'm safe to feel this way. It's okay to feel this way. I want you to just focus on making that, if all you can make it feel is 5 to 10% safer, less pressure. That's it. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be 100% better. It doesn't have to be. All the emotions don't have to be gone. Just 5 to 10%. And then we're going to move into the next part of it. Then you visualize yourself in that same situation, but you visualize yourself showing up in the way that you want to. You visualize yourself showing up as the version of you that you want to embody. And when we do that, we're showing our brain that something else is safe and that something else is possible. If you can't do it in the moment when things are actually happening, that is okay. Because your brain doesn't actually know the difference between an imagination and something that really happened. Your brain doesn't know the difference between those things. So you're tricking yourself into being like, this person already exists. That's how you build safety and capacity, because you're teaching yourself it's safe to feel this. So often, we're not actually, like, for one, it's human nature to avoid pain, to push pain away, to not feel things. And a lot of times we actually turn emotions into different things to not feel what we would consider worse emotion. So we don't actually feel the things that we need to feel. And then when you've lived in survival for a really long time, on top of that, you're not just feeling whatever emotion is coming up. You're also typically being sent back to a time where something traumatic happened to you, where you're being majorly triggered. And it's not just about the present moment. It's that emotion doesn't feel safe because of what you've experienced before when you've experienced that emotion. And the only way to really change that is by telling yourself that it's safe to feel that, and by showing yourself that it's safe to feel that. Another really great way to work on the safety with something like that, because we can't always just, go off and breathe or visualize or something like that to calm down, right? So something that you can do in the moment that is very simple when you're being triggered is to notice, like, 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you smell. Just really orient yourself with the present moment. Bring yourself to your body. Notice what you're feeling in your body, what your clothes feel like on your skin, if the room is cold, if it's hot. When you're bringing yourself back to that moment, it's like, okay, this feeling isn't because of what happened in the past. It's because of what's going on right now, and I am actually safe and okay in my body right now. It's another really great way to build safety. So, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Just thought I'd hop on here for a little while and talk about whatever came up, and that's what came to my heart. So, much love to all of you guys. Yeah, I am so excited because what y'all don't know about yet, I've announced it to my group. I'm going to be starting a school community. There is going to be a free tier and a paid tier. It's going to be really incredible. I'm going to be doing coaching there, meditation, hypnosis, tapping, Reiki, so much stuff. I also plan to have guests come and host their things in there and stuff like that as well. So it's going to be really, really incredible. And I can't wait. If you are interested in something like that's still a little ways off. I haven't even started setting it up yet. You'll definitely hear more about it when it gets close to time to it. But if you're interested in something like that and you want me to make sure that I definitely reach out to you when it's up and running, just drop a, hey, I want your school community below, and I'll be sure I write your info down so that when I get that open, you can be in the doors as soon as it's open. Because we're going to have a party. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a party, and if you're comfortable with breakout rooms and hanging out with people, we might even do some of that stuff. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Remember, healing is not about life being perfect. Healing is not about you being perfect. Life's going to life. We're going to fall short sometimes. It's okay. It's not even falling short, guys. It's not. Sometimes we get triggered. It happens. We're building capacity and safety. It's a journey. I'll talk to y'all later.